I'm living my best life. I don't know why I always try to say something random right in the beginning. I guess that's my way of trying to break the ice. Being a goofball, doing something weird. But anyways, welcome back to another episode of Words to Paint. Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna need a new theme song for this podcast, and don't worry, hopefully, that will come soon. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm here to say what's up, what's happening. Thanks for tuning in and for sticking with me for this long. This is the 4th episode, 4 episodes in. Oh my goodness, 4 episodes? What? And you guys are still listening to me? I have no idea why, but you guys are the real MVPs. You guys are the troopers, man. So anyways, I was kind of looking at poems that I wanted to share with you guys today, but I could not figure out which one. And then I looked into an old notebook and I found one that I wrote back in February 2nd, 2018. And I know you guys, if you listen to episode 3, I had a special guest. Thank you, Coach JP, aka my fiance. And he's such a goofball. He actually is the inspiration for this poem. I know you probably thought that he was the inspiration for the last poem, but he was not. That one was more about, it was called The Moment, and it was about being still and embracing, being in silence and solitude. And and then I got a new tattoo. If you're watching the video version of this episode, I have it on my collarbone, and it says "Be still," and it's written backwards so that when you see it, it reads right in the mirror to me. So when I see it, and it's attached to like a tulip, because tulips are my favorite flowers. And then on my right top shoulder, I got Philippians 4:13, the Bible verse. I can do all things through Christ's strength, something like that. I just paraphrase it, bear with me. And I got that one with my best friends, shout out Jacqueline and Dan Izzle. Dan, what up? By the way, she's a dope cosplay. She like dresses up player. What do they call him? Cosplay player. She's probably gonna laugh at me when she hears this. But yeah, she does those cool costumes and goes to all these Comic Cons, and shout out to her. Go follow her page. And shout out to Jacqueline, who's been also a huge part of my spiritual growth, and taking me with her to church, and it's just awesome. Good vibes, love, peace. Okay, so I'm digressing. Let's get back into the poem. So this poem is called The Kind of Love. The Kind of Love. The kind that has you stop in mid-sentence only to realize you are both going to say the same thing at the same time. The kind of love that makes you want to be a better person, where every day you do that one thing to progress and grow. From the bottom to the top, you climb. The kind that gives food that extra zing, the sun's rays that extra bling, while it's clear as day and you hear the birds sing. The moments spent apart intensify the feeling, wishing you were near. It's like a tug at the heart. Your breath is the art. Your silence is peaceful and calming in nature, sensitive to the touch, addicted to your love. Wake up to a hug, a kiss, and more love. Blessed to know I have that kind of love. Thank you. That one's called The Kind of Love. And yes, JP is the inspiration to that poem. And might I add, okay, so this was written February 2nd. And the 2nd is our month anniversary date, or our anniversary date. It's March. And yeah, I guess I was just feeling the love. Love was in the air. Okay, so let's do like a quick breakdown of this. The kind that has you stop in mid-sentence only to realize you were both going to say the same thing at the same time. Okay, so our first date was, I didn't even consider it a date at first. I was like, hey, I'm just kicking it with a homie, you know. But when we were talking in conversation, it was just, we had like instant chemistry, and we were able to finish each other's sentences. I know it's totally cheesy, it's like a movie, but it really was. And so that's where that line came from. The kind of love that makes you want to be a better person, where every day you do that one thing to progress and grow from the bottom to the top you climb. So obviously, you know, as a couple, you just always want to be better. You keep growing, you make mistakes, and you learn from them, right? But it's, if that person that you're with isn't inspiring you to be a better person for yourself, and to make sure you're reminded that self-love is important first, because you got to love yourself before you can love other people, then, you know, maybe this person isn't for you in regards to being in a relationship with them, because you want to be with somebody that is always pushing you to do better, pushing you to just keep going, man. Like, you got to be inspired by your significant other, because if you're not, I don't know, you're just holding each other back, you know. Okay, the kind that gives food that extra zing, the sun's rays that extra bling, while it's clear as day you hear the birds sing. So that one's kind of like, you know how love makes you feel. Food tastes better, you know, the sun shining, you just see everything in a more optimistic, positive vibe, right? And you hear the birds chirping, and just picture a good day. The moments spent apart intensify the feeling, wishing you were near. It's like a tug at the heart. Your breath is the art, your silence is peaceful and calming in nature. So, you know, that saying, distance makes the heart grow fonder. You miss somebody a lot more, and then, you know, it's like a tug at the heart. Your breath is the art, your silence is peaceful and calming in nature. So again, JP's been a huge influence on teaching me how to meditate and just to be in the moment. So, you know, he's taught me that, you know, like through meditation, breathing exercises, yoga, you know, it's the art. And then your silence is peaceful and calming in nature. Again, going back to that, but he's very he's opposite of me. You know how they say opposites attract. Well, he's very calm in nature, and he's just like always zen. He can literally just meditate somewhere else, you know. But for me, I'm just the high strung, like all over the place. So that's what he brings to me. And then sensitive to the touch, addicted to your love, woke up to a hug, a kiss, and more love. Blessed to know I have that kind of love. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm a very affectionate person, and I love hugs, and, you know, not crazy about PDA, but, you know, a nice little holding hands or hug will do. And that wraps it up for this poem, The Kind of Love. I hope you guys enjoy that one. And what was really interesting was when I was writing yesterday, it wasn't a poem, but I did want to share that with you in the kind of headspace that I was yesterday, and it does relate to the topic of love. I'll just read it to you guys, and then I'll kind of break down what it is. So it's kind of like a bonus. Ooh, a bonus. But it's not a poem. It's just what I wrote. Okay. I've learned to really cherish my place in solitude. I actually really look forward to it now, and I think being alone has allowed me to love myself more. I realize it is the reason I'm able to do my podcast. I just have the confidence to be me, which is free. I love way too much to feel any other way. I just hope to be able to share that feeling to everyone. It feels amazing. It's like you wonder why sometimes cruelty and harshness overrule, but love prevails and always wins. There's a means to an end. Be still. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. Love cherish, be grateful. To love yourself is to love true. To love yourself is to love the world. To choose happiness is to choose joy. So that's what I wrote. I totally butchered the last part, but sometimes I write so fast that I can't read what I write. So if you're seeing the video version of it, I don't even know if you can see it in the camera, but okay, so yeah, I wrote that yesterday and just was really feeling God's love. And I don't want to be too preachy in this podcast, no matter what your religion or the church you go to, I don't really care. At the end of the day, we're all people, we're all human beings, and I'm a strong believer that everybody should just be a good person and, be intentional in being a good person and contributing to society in a positive way. And to love yourself is to love the world. I always say I can't help the world if I can't help myself, and that's pretty much why I write and talk and do my podcast. So that is that. And I want to talk about what I did yesterday with my family. Shout out to the fam. We went to the Alzheimer's Walk, and it was in LA Zoo, and basically you raise money to research for Alzheimer's cure. And how it relates to me is my grandma, she passed away in 99, I believe, and she had Alzheimer's, and it was such an unfortunate, disease that a lot of people are suffering from, have passed away from, and that's why I thought it was important to be a part of the event last night. Shout out to Mom for organizing it for us to go. And it was really empowering. And the one thing that they kept reiterating too was that you're not alone. You're, as you can see, there's over 2,000 people that were there, and it was very empowering and just sharing the same space with everyone that was going through the same things you were going through, and how we're all there for a good cause. So they're actually still accepting donations, so I'll put the link, and you guys, if you want to contribute to this great cause for Alzheimer's research, they're still accepting donations on the website that I will link to the end of the year. And this isn't any sponsorship or ad or any kind of announcement. It's just what I did with my family, and think that it's important to give back to the community, and yeah, man, if you guys want to see, I didn't post anything yet, but I did on my story, if you guys saw that on my Instagram story yesterday, at HazzleJoy, HazzleJoy, and there's a hashtag walktoendalz, so it's walk TOENDALZ, and there's a lot of different, I think there's another hashtag, but that's the only one I can remember right now. But yeah, it's such a great event, such a great turnout, and got a lot of random free goodies. And yeah, so that's pretty much all for now. That wraps it up, and then I'll give me a minute. I need to figure out what the song of the week is this week. Ooh, I got it, actually. So this was the song that it's the theme for church right now. That song, Living My Best Life? Well, at church, Living My Blessed Life is the topic for this month. Anyways, yeah, so let's get that song on and cracking. Living my best life. Da, 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 da. Who sang that one again? I totally am brain farting right now. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Lil Duval. Alright, so living my best life. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the 4th episode of Words to Paint. Don't forget to follow me on social media at Words to Paint. And if you're not already following me on my other Instagram, I have so much social media, I apologize. It is HazzleJoy at HazzleJoy. And I post more random stuff on my page, but on my podcast stuff, you know, I do all like the quotes and stuff because I love all that positive vibes and energy, right? So anyways, catch y'all next time, and thanks for tuning in, and thank you everybody for who's been giving me so many nice, kind things about my podcast. You guys are awesome. And again, you know, I'm doing it for you just as much as I'm doing it for me, and I am so excited to continue this journey with you. Thanks for joining me. Toodles.